6, the Leggett, Wally Irvin. Victor Chandlers will be hoping for a better race than the first at Haydock for them, where they laid 30,000 to 3 each way. Only trouble this morning, starting price 7 to 1. Incidentally, a non-runner later in the afternoon here is Kruger and Smuggler, who misses the second race. So it's the Peter Scudamore.
All is evens favourite now. 5 corners, 11 to 2. Fiddler's 3, 6 to 1. Kerouac also 6 to 1. The Leggett is 7 to 1. And Herbert United still on 16 to 1.
Novice's Chase, no Cheltenham entries in fact in this lineup. Herbert United, who was dropped out last at Kempton last week, is lining up in front this time. But I don't think his rider Jimmy Frost wants to go off in front. In fact, I'm not sure that anyone does, because they're all looking over their shoulders. But they're walking in very slowly, and off they go. And it's Kerouac who jumps off in front. Kerouac, the Leggett on the outside of Admiral's All. Then Fiddler's 3, then Herbert United, and the back mark of 5 corners, who was brought down as giant forward at the first. Fiddler's 3. Fiddler's 3 is down at the first. Carl Llewellyn rolls clear and is okay. But what a very long way to come for very little time in a horse race. Into the straight, and Kerouac just running a little bit wide there. The Leggett's on the inside. In third, Admiral's All, Peter Scudamore, in his customary position on the rails, looking for winner 171. What an amazing feat it would be if he could become the first man since Sir Gordon Richards, under both sets of rules, to ride 200 winners in one season. All over the second. And this is the first open ditch. Leggett in the centre, Admiral's All on the far side, Kerouac on the stand side. And the favourite just nodded on landing there, but no real problem. Herbert United dropped out last again. Richard Dunwoody is keeping to the inner on 5 corners as they jump the 4th. Favourite jumped back well. Herbert United just jumped it a little bit slowly. Just on his toes today, Herbert United, sweating quite profusely. It's not a warm day. He's had plenty of racing. Coming to the 5th, Kerouac pricks his ears and rises fractionally in front of Admiral's All. Tracking those two, the Leggett, he's a little bit warm as well. Then 5 corners, he's had no luck so far. And Herbert United. Coming down to the water, and the 5 runners separated by only 3 lengths. Kerouac, Admiral's All, the Leggett, Herbert United, and 5 corners at the water. All over its circuit to go. And the clouds just drifting away now, and it's becoming just a pleasant spring afternoon as Admiral's All disputes it with Kerouac, sweeping out onto the last circuit. Kerouac, Brendan Powell, last year's Grand National winning rider, just going a length clear of Peter Scudamore. The National's just the one big race, together with the Gold Cup, that Peter wants to win. On the outside of those two, Herbert United, the Leggett is 4th, and 5 corners. Ex-Northern Ireland is 5th as they jump the 7th. The leader landed just a little bit steep, but no real problems, and the next will be the second ditch. Kerouac, Admiral's All, the Leggett, Herbert United, and 5 corners. Closely bunched still. The leader stood back at that one really well. 5 corners jumped it a little bit slowly. David Nicholson's stable not in the greatest of form, but you can be sure his horse is a bit cherry ripe for Cheltenham, notably a Highland Bud in the Daily Express. Kerouac makes a mistake at that one, and the Leggett falls. The Leggett falls, whether he was distracted by Kerouac, but his rider's back on his feet and seems none the worse, as Kerouac leads the surviving 4 runners. This is the 10th. Kerouac, Admiral's All, 5 corners, not foot perfect at that, and Herbert United last of the 4. 5 corners gets a little reminder from Richard Dunwoody. Coming to the last on the far side, the 12th, Admiral's All and Kerouac in the air together. Kerouac screws a little bit. 5 corners is 3rd, Herbert United 4th. 5 to jump and just under a mile to race. Kerouac in the centre, Admiral's All on the right as we look at them. Herbert United a little bit closer now, and 5 corners just not going as easily as Richard Dunwoody might have liked him to be. Simon Sherwood, I should say. Simon Sherwood, in fact, now pulling up 5 corners. So only 3 left. Three left as they come to the cross fence. Just 5 left to jump, and Kerouac jumped that well. Herbert United made a slight mistake. Kerouac and Admiral's All disputing it. Herbert United right on their heels now. 3 out of the 6 left. As they sweep round towards the straight with 4 left to go, and Admiral's All has been just about foot perfect so far. He just nodded at the ditch the first time, and Admiral's All going very smoothly. Kerouac being pulled towards the centre of the course by Brendan Powell, and Herbert United struggling now as they come to the 4th last. Herbert United over 2-3 lengths clear. Admiral's All, rather, I should say, over 2-3 lengths clear from Kerouac in second and Herbert United third as they come to the last ditch. Admiral's All jumps it, 2 or 3 lengths clear. Herbert United back in third. Admiral's All in the colours of Dorothy Price, whose husband Ryan Price had such great triumphs over this course in the Schweppes, comes to the second last, jumps it beautifully, and Herbert United makes another mistake but gets away with it, and running down to the last, it looks as if there's just one fence between Peter Scudamore and his 171st winner of the season. Admiral's All on a 3-timer, makes it spot on, jumps away to the left as he did at the last meeting, but Peter straightens him out, just shows him the width down the left side. He's 7-8 lengths clear from Kerouac. Kerouac running on well, Herbert United's third, but this is another comfortable one for Peter Scudamore at the start of another eventful day for him. At the line, Admiral's All wins it, Kerouac is second.